and welcome to another video by yours known the Paradox, and today we're gonna continue to look into the dungeons. And the one I have in mind is the Fallen City, the first of the 3 party dungeons. This dungeon requires roughly 150k CP to solo on your own, which means you can go in with maybe 90k CP and do it as a team, maybe even 80k. It depends on your overall strength. The rewards you get from here is glory and honor. It's basically the main reason you want to go there. Upon completion, you can also get cards up to T3, maybe T4. I'm not so sure if I've seen it there. It's quite unlikely, but maybe it can happen. The objectives you have to keep in mind to finish the whole dungeon is that you enter it, you have to kill 50 rabbit ants, you have to kill 50 toad rings, and that will spawn the main boss. But you have also the chance to spawn one of the rare bosses by just killing 50 of either one. And if you do find a secret boss, you will get 1.5 more clearing rewards. And there is a chance to spawn both of them, but it's unlikely. If you want one of the bosses to spawn, but it doesn't do so in your first run, you can reset the dungeon by starting over and enter again, because the daily entries only goes upon completion. So if you do not kill the final boss, you're free to enter as many times you want until a secret boss enter. Since I'm about 150k CP, I can solo this, and this is the only dungeon I tend to solo. The other part of dungeons, there's no point to solo because you only get a completion reward. But here you can actually get a bunch of honor and glory, and rather than sharing it with others, I want to accumulate as much as possible myself. Okay, so what you need to know about this dungeon is that you only have to kill the rabbit ants and the toad rings. And the toad rings, that will come from the left and right down here. And the rabbit ants will come from the north side. And there's only a group of 5 spawning at, here I'm standing now at this point of grass, but the other 5 are gonna spawn up here. So if you wanna finish off quickly, you should rotate exactly like I'm doing now, just run back and forth here. In the very beginning it can be quite hard to know where to go, but you feel the pattern after a while. I mean, like you could see these warriors here. They do not contribute anything towards your current task here, so even though the mobs are spawning, just keep in mind that these are the ones you have to kill. The rabbit ants from the north, and then the toad rings from the bottom, left and right. Bum, bum, bum. I'll just stack them up a bit here. Okay. What I like to do is to pop the counter at the same time. When you see when it reaches 50-50 on the dungeon info, that is the point when we're gonna see if the bosses will spawn or not. So I'm gonna see if I can do not kill all of them off here, but only a handful. Here we go. And then I will take the 5 lost from here, and that's gonna pop both of them at the same time. And boom. We found the Circus Bear. The Circus Bear, it's basically going to be where all the rabbit ants are, in the very far back. And when you kill it, you see that now we have basic rewards 1.5. And we came from this end of a dungeon. Here's where we start at this mana crystal. If you would just go straight in, you notice that the rabbit ants, they only come from the north. You have the toad rings from the east and west. If you continue into the path in the west, you see the Turbine Warriors, and it's also here you get a decision from either going left or right. If you go to the left, behind this tree is where the spotted bowler would be spawning, but it hasn't spawned today, but you would find it here. And if we go back to the dungeon, here's where we came from. But now if we go to the right and continue down the path, you find the main boss. So that's basically how you would find your way around here. It's not too many pathways, but it can be a bit tricky in the very beginning. This boss you can also kite and run in a circle if you happen to be on low CP. Then you just would do this strategy while your teammates kills it. but if you're able to tank it, it's just like to go head to head. Let's see. Yes, you can get T4 rewards here. It seemed to be quite common. So let's see what I'm getting. Well, we got a magic T4 demo. Not really what I wanted, because I sort of like to go with a epic tiers, but if you wouldn't have any better today, I can always recommend you to go with a magic one for the time being until you find an epic. So to conclude, we can say that Fallen City, you can soul it when you're at 150k CP. You can get tier rewards from T1 to T4. It's 50 mobs each. Try to get the secret bosses. If they don't spawn, you could re-enter. What else is there to say? During an event, you will get 10 collection cards. So if you have to collect, that's a good place to get your daily 30 cards from your party dungeons. But as always, this has been Paradox. I hope you're enjoying the content I'm providing. If there's anything else I haven't covered, make sure to use the comment section below. But otherwise, I hope you'll have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.